What if your last words could cheat death itself? In Lafcadio Hearn's Diplomacy, a condemned man turns an execution into a battle of wits against the afterlife. Today, on Fixations Japan, we explore how feudal rites weren't just about ending a life, they were designed to silence restless spirits, too. Wah, wah, wah.
Oh my goodness, not the spirits.
Make them quiet. Shut up, spirits.
They're talkative.
Yeah, they're very talkative.
Got spirit box. Gotta mark it.
Hi, everyone. I'm Heather, your host for Fixations Japan, the podcast where we fixate on the strange, the beautiful, and the haunting side of Japanese culture. I'm here with my co-host, Angel. How you doing, Angel?
Hello. I'm good. I'm 100% today.
Yeah, we had a bit of a hiatus. We were, he was feeling real sick. We're back on the horse, back in the saddle. Let's do this. And remember, if you're new here, hit subscribe and join us as we explore yokai legends and the hidden histories behind them. Today's Kwaidan story is Diplomacy. A condemned man is set for execution in a yashiki, which is like a mansion garden. He's bound, immobilized with pebble-filled rice bags, and faces beheading. Okay.
Ooh, that's not fun.
Yeah, he warns of a posthumous revenge, but the clever lord demands proof, which leads to a bizarre, ghostly outcome. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't read today. What do the rituals in the story reveal about samurai honor and fear of the supernatural? We'll break down the story, explore real feudal rites, and why this tale still haunts us. But first, let's read the story right from my copy of the Kwaidan.
I am gonna get haunted by this. Let's do it.
I'm gonna get so haunted.
I'm gonna be so haunted.
Get yourself a snack and a beverage, and let's...
Coffee is a snack. Confirmed.
Confirmed. Let's dive in. If I could read. All right. It had been ordered that the execution should take place in the garden of the yashiki, which, as we said before, that's a spacious house on grounds with a wealthy person.
Okay.
So the man was taken there and made to kneel down in a wide, sanded space crossed by a line of tobi-ishi, or stepping stones, such as you may still see in Japanese landscape gardens. His arms were bound behind him. Retainers brought water in buckets and rice bags filled with pebbles, and they packed the rice bags round the kneeling man, so wedging him in that he could not move. The master came and observed the arrangements. He found them satisfactory and made no remarks. Suddenly, the condemned man cried out to him. He said, "Honored sir, the fault for which I have been doomed I did not wittingly commit. It was only my very great stupidity which caused the fault. Having been born stupid by reason of my karma, I could not always help making mistakes. But to kill a man for being stupid is wrong, and that wrong will be repaid. So surely as you kill me, so surely shall I be avenged. Out of the resentment that you provoke will come the vengeance, and evil will be rendered for evil."
Don't kill stupid people. That's not fair.
You can't kill me. I'm stupid.
You already have a disadvantage. Don't do that.
Yeah. The first time I read that, I laughed out loud because I was like, what do you mean? Like, I didn't mean to commit the crime. I'm just an idiot.
Accidental crime. It's like, oh, well, we're going to punish you.
It doesn't even sound like it was, like, he's not even saying he didn't do it. He's just like, I definitely did it, and maybe it was on purpose, but I'm stupid, so you have to let me go.
I did it, but I didn't know why I was doing it. I just did.
I was born stupid.
Yep.
Bro, I feel
like
that,
everyone.
Okay? But you still have to
Smooth
take
brain.
Yeah. If any person be killed while feeling strong resentment, the ghost of that person will be able to take vengeance upon the killer. This, the samurai knew. He replied very gently, almost caressingly, "We shall allow you to frighten us as much as you please after you are dead. But it is difficult to believe that you mean what you say. Will you try to give us some sign of your great resentment after your head has been cut off?" "Assuredly I will," answered the man. Very well, said the samurai, drawing his longsword. I am now going to cut off your head. Directly in front of you, there is a stepping stone. After your head has been cut off, try to bite the stepping stone. If your angry ghost can help you do that, some of us may be frightened. Will you try to bite the stone? I will bite it, cried the man in great anger. I'll bite it. I'll bite it.
He's going to bite it.
Yeah, there was a flash, a swish, a crunching thud. The bound body bowed over the rice sacks. 2 long blood jets pumping from the shorn neck, anime style, and the head rolled upon the sand. Heavily toward the stepping stone it rolled. Then, suddenly bounding, it caught the upper edge of the stone between its teeth, clung desperately for a moment, and dropped inert.
Yeah, that sounds painful. Well, I guess technically he won't feel anything, right? If he bites the stone.
He's dead now, but he bit the stone. He did bite the stone. He did. After his head was cut off.
Anime style, the M&A.
It doesn't say that in there, but that's the only that's what I can think of. Just, you know how that happens.
That's what I pictured. Yeah, I was like, wow, that's hardcore.
None spoke, but the retainers stared in horror at their master. He seemed to be quite unconcerned. He merely held out his sword to the nearest attendant, who, with a wooden dipper, poured water over the blade from haft to point, and then carefully wiped the steel several times with sheets of soft paper. And thus ended the ceremonial part of the incident. Yeah, so they just cleaned the blade, and he's fine. He's the guy who did it was like, yeah, it's fine. Everything's good.
Oh, he did it. Good job.
Yeah, good job.
Show's over, guys.
For months thereafter, the retainers and the domestics lived in ceaseless fear of ghostly visitation. None of them doubted that the promised vengeance would come, and their constant terror caused them to hear and to see much that did not exist. They became afraid of the sound of the wind in the bamboos, afraid even of the stirring of shadows in the garden. At last, after taking counsel together, they decided to petition their master to have a segaki service, which is like a Buddhist service for the dead, performed on behalf of the vengeful spirit. Quite unnecessary, the samurai said, when his chief retainer had uttered the general wish. I understand the desire of a dying man for revenge may be cause for fear, but in this case, there is nothing to fear. The retainer looked at his master beseechingly, but hesitated to ask the reason of the alarming confidence. Oh, the reason is simple enough, declared the samurai, divining the unspoken doubt. Only the very last intention of the fellow could have been dangerous, and when I challenged him to give me the sign, I diverted his mind from the desire of revenge. He died with the set purpose of biting the stepping stone, and that purpose he was able to accomplish, but nothing else. All the rest he must have forgotten, so you need not feel any further anxiety about the matter. And indeed, the dead man gave no more trouble. Nothing at all happened. The end.
Maybe it's because he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, so he tricked him into not being a vengeful ghost.
Oh, that's wild. He's like, you know what? Reverse psychology.
You know what, man? You can scare us as much as you want after you're dead, but I need you to bite that stone to prove you're gonna do it.
Yeah, I bet you can.
And it worked.
He double dog dared him and he did it.
Double, triple dog dared him. I bet you won't.
I can't believe this. Well, I guess they weren't very educated. That makes sense.
The dude said he was born stupid, so
he wasn't.
He was fooled. He was
wrong.
Tricked into not being vengeful.
It's crazy to think that they were so like chill with just like, yeah, sure, cut my head off. You know, like.
I'm sure the guy wasn't cool with it. Obviously, he was. You know, he's really scared.
It feels like they'd be throwing their life away.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh man.
All right,
must be some kind of honor thing, probably.
Yeah, probably. Let's really sink into this after hearing the story, and let's unpack the rituals that are in diplomacy, so we can start with like the stark contrast that Hearn is actually playing with here.
Okay.
Because it'll make the tale hit harder and show how the death in feudal Japan wasn't like one size fits all. It depended on your status, and that divide kind of like amps up the horror here.
Okay, so more status, better death. Sort
of. So like on the one side you have seppuku. I don't know if you've heard of seppuku before, but it's like the samurai's path to an honorable death.
Oh, that one was brutal. I remember that.
Yeah, it was often voluntary, or at least like framed like it was voluntary. But it was, even if it was like the only option left to the person, like you messed up, this is what you got to do.
That was the blade to the belly, wasn't it?
Yeah. The warrior would sit in a white kimono. He'd be calm and composed. He'd maybe even like sip sake with witnesses all around to steady the nerves, and like they would bear witness to it. And then there was the ritual disembowelment with a short blade, and they did it to themselves. It was painful, deliberate, and a final statement of control and dignity. And then they had a trusted second, the kaishakunin, who stood ready with a sword drawn to deliver a swift, clean decapitation the moment the cut was made, which would spare the prolonged suffering and ensure like the head didn't roll as well. You didn't want the head to roll. That was considered to be bad. It was all about grace under pressure, a controlled ceremony that let the samurai leave this world on their own terms.
You know, I hear it was actually extremely difficult to behead someone with the swords they had.
It can be. Some of the swords, if the sword isn't sharp enough, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And it was like super hard to be the second for that kind of thing. Like you have to be like really good at that thing unless they really didn't care about who was the second, but that's really rare, I thought.
No, yeah, the second was important. It was really important, and they had to be really good at what they were doing, especially because like samurais were, again, they were very honorable. They considered high rank, so if they were to commit seppuku, they needed to make sure that it was still honorable. Like this person.
And it was usually someone who knew them, right? That was their second.
I'm not sure. I didn't read that, but it could be. I mean, a lot of the samurai were quite close knit. So
yeah, I've heard it. That's considered a high honor too if you get it where their heads don't roll that far as well.
They didn't want the head to roll at all. Yeah. Okay. It was dishonorable if they rolled. So. So on the other side of that, if we flip to what happened in the story, right, the grim, there's no frills, reality of criminal executions. These were forced. They were stripped bare of any honor or ritual. The prisoner got bound tight, arms pinned, maybe wedged in place. So there's like no chance of struggle or escape. No white robes, no sake, no spectators offering respect. Just a direct, brutal strike from the executioner. No second to make it merciful. The goal was just quick, shameful, final. Wow.
So a big dishonor type thing. They just did it in a way that you had no witnesses. Nobody knew what actually happened. No one.
Sometimes they would be done kind of publicly, like where other people could see. But like, it was humiliate, condemn, a cold warning to everyone. This is what happens when you cross the line.
Oh, and all he did, he was just stupid.
Well, we don't know what he did in the story. They don't actually tell us what he did.
Yeah, that's why I was like, well, what did he do?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible that Hearn didn't even know what the guy did, or that it wasn't remembered later down the line.
I'm just the one who does the punishing. Like he probably doesn't even like know. He's like,
well, Hearn is the guy who just writes the stories. So as he was told them, so whoever told him the story, it could have been passed down. We don't know. We don't know.
Making sure he doesn't come back as a ghost is like a double whammy of like, okay, we're gonna do this, and you can't get revenge at the same time.
Yeah. I think Hearn definitely nailed that contrast and diplomacy between like seppuku and these executions. You can
really tell the difference.
Oh yeah, it's a raw punishment, but I do like the ghostly twist. I think it's very nice. It's very clever.
Oh, the ghosts.
I have to...
Huh? What happened?
I was just thinking about the twist, because it's just like... Everyone was so freaked out, and the guy was... And he's just like, no, you don't need to worry. Like, I tricked him. He's fine.
He's like, I deal with ghosts every single day.
Listen,
this is not... Okay? Nothing's happening. All right.
As a samurai, I get haunted, all right?
He's like, I'm so haunted, as he sips there, drinking sake.
I know how to handle these situations, okay?
He said, I'll just drink more. It's fine.
Yeah. So I do want to actually go kind of like step through the execution rituals, like how Hearn painted them, and also like what really was real from like Edo period history, because it's interesting how he like blends the two together. Yeah.
I mean, after all, he is a writer, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna make it to where the readers want to like keep reading.
I believe he tried his best to stick to like as much as he could to what he was being told, but yes, he's a writer, so he's gonna embellish a little bit here and there, obviously.
Okay, let's go through it.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of steps?
Sort of. So first is the preparation phase. In the story, they drag the prisoner out to this beautiful garden, right? It's into a wide, raked sand space, and he's forced to kneel. But the sand, it's there on purpose. It's not just aesthetic. It has a symbol. The raked sand symbolizes purity and the transience of life. If you think Zen gardens, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but here it's also twisted into like a stage for death. And historically, during the Edo period, sorry, go ahead.
I'm curious if they kept the sand because of the blood.
Yeah,
too?
it would absorb the blood. Yeah.
Yeah. Historically,
during the Edo period, a lot of executions, especially for like lower class criminals, happened in more private spots. So like in the story, right? But on inside prisons, on estates, or at designated grounds like Kozukapara or Suzugamori, they were kept somewhat discreet to avoid stirring up too much unrest.
Yeah, it makes sense. Where they won't like cause people to riot or something.
Yeah. They bound the arms tightly behind the back to stop any last-second resistance, which is, standard stuff for beheading. But it, again, very, very different from like the voluntary seppuku, where the samurai cuts himself.
Considering they're bound, I can definitely see how that's completely different.
Yeah.
If anything, like they're trying to strip them of any kind of, control over their situation, right?
Yeah, you can't do anything about this. And even though the samurai technically couldn't do anything about it either, like this was what they had to do. If they had chosen to fight at that time, and they still would have died, but probably
really
taken a couple people out with them. Yeah.
There's no fighting it. I mean, they're
stopping it.
Numbered. Probably unarmed as well.
Yeah. So the next step is that immobilization. And Hearn has the retainers haul in like rice bags stuffed with pebbles and wedge them all around the kneeling man so he can't budge an inch. It's a really chilling detail. He's probably drawing from some real practices where they secured the body to keep things clean and controlled with no thrashing around.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like actually true to like how they would have actually done it. I don't think they were quite secured that tight. I don't know for sure.
That would have to be a lot of pebbles to restrain him like a grown person.
Yeah. And then bringing it back to like with seppuku, they would use tatami mats that would soak up the blood for neatness. But for common criminals, it meant they just were bound. They had blindfolds, sometimes gags to keep them quiet. Just complete humiliation, no dignity. Just total.
No trial.
Yeah, nothing.
You're just cooked.
You're done.
Your goose is cooked.
You're cooked. Yep. And then the tools and the setup. So they brought water buckets in, which is not, it's not for like something peaceful but it's just to clean the sword, like they're just keeping that ritual sense of purity, even in violence. The stepping stones, those Tobi Ishi paths are there, which I guess that echoes like Zen contemplation, except now they're leading straight to death, the end, instead of what you're going to do in the future.
It's there for aesthetic.
I guess, yeah. And then in actual Edo executions, sake might show up for like higher class cases, or like with seppuku, like we talked earlier. But here, no, none of that.
They're not going to spend all that resource on a criminal. Yeah,
just screams that the prisoner is of low status, no honor, no comforts.
So what do they consider criminals? Is that like just whoever they think they just point at them and say, "Hey, that's a criminal"?
I mean, I'm sure that there was like some kind of, if not trial, they had to have some kind of proof that they committed the crime that was committed, whether that be someone witnessed them or stuff like that.
Hard evidence. Okay.
Yes. And that should be something I looked into, was like what kind of crimes would have actually given you an execution. You know?
What would have? Did you actually find anything on that?
I didn't look into it. I should have. Thinking back now, I should have looked into that.
I'm assuming it had to be pretty bad. Like, because I know stealing was like they just cut your hand off, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, stealing, I don't think they would kill you for stealing.
They brand you for other kinds of crimes that I'm not going to say, but... And... It's got to be bad if you're getting beheaded. You have to like actually like murder someone probably. Right,
which again, that's why it cracked me up so hard when the guy was like, "You can't kill me. I'm just stupid." It's not how it works.
No, you're gonna be held responsible. I mean, I don't know what they did or didn't do though, so you could never really know.
Yeah, for sure.
It could also just be boredom, which is kind of scary.
Murder and manslaughter, arson, armed robbery, treason or rebellion, counterfeiting, and violations of authority.
Oh.
So yeah, he did bad stuff. He's not as stupid.
Violations of authority could be anything, though.
Harboring criminals or escaping from authorized detention is what it says.
Oh, then he did something like high crime. That's crazy.
Yeah, he did something bad. Real bad. Created fake currency, potentially plotting against the Tokugawa shogunate or defying official strict government and social regulations. Blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so bad.
Don't worry, he didn't do it on purpose.
I'm just stupid. You can't kill me. Oh boy. All right, coming back to like the moment itself, you know, one swift sword strike, clean, practiced. Hearn gives us the twist with the head bouncing and biting the stone in defiance, which if you compare that to seppuku, the second waits to decapitate.
Compare
that to seppuku, where kaishakunin, the second, waits to decapitate right after the self-cut, which makes it like merciful and precise. I can't read today, y'all.
What are words?
Words are hard. Historical samurai execution manuals really stress the technique. You needed to leave a little flap of skin so the head doesn't fully roll away. That was seen as dishonorable and messy. But in criminal cases, though, it was just getting it done fast. So they didn't care.
Oh, that's why his head rolled so far away to bite the stone.
Yes. And post-execution, what happens? You know, they just wipe the sword clean with water and paper. Pure ritual purification. Didn't care.
What they do with the body?
That's a great question. I think they just like bury them probably. In real history, for high rank or special cases, heads actually might get displayed, perfumed, or wrapped. Which is gross.
Wild.
For commoners,
that sounds like it smells bad.
Right? Well, that's why they perfumed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for commoners, they just kind of disposed of it, or they showed it publicly as like a warning. Mm-hmm. And then there's that supernatural layer, and that's where Hearn really shines in all of his stories, I think. Japanese folklore is full of onryo, those vengeful spirits that are born from unresolved grudges. If someone dies with massive resentment, especially unjustly, they come back haunting.
Oh wait, isn't the person from the Ring movie an onryo?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, that's creepy. That would be traumatized me growing up.
Oh boy. I have a whole story, and I don't think I can share it here, but I'll share it with you after we're done here, because I want to tell you, but I don't want to tell everybody else. Okay. It's really kind of embarrassing. Anyway, in diplomacy, the Lord cleverly demands proof of the revenge, biting the stone to satisfy the grudge right there and then, which means there's no loose ends and no haunting. And that does actually echo some real Edo period beliefs, where executions sometimes included like little appeasement rituals, like offering or proper burial rites to calm the potential spirits.
That's valid. I mean, to make sure they're not angry when they die.
Don't want to get haunted.
Yeah.
Hearn does kind of turn it into like some fun like psychological warfare, I feel like. It's his last act of... Yeah, the condemned man's last act of diplomacy. So
he said, you know what? Let's embarrass you a little while we do this.
You said you're stupid? Let's test that. You want to haunt me? Go ahead. Go ahead, buddy. Bite that stone and prove it.
And when people give you a stress ball, they're like, hey, if you're angry, just, squeeze this ball.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I think he did a good job writing this out, though.
I think so, too. I've read a lot of the stories so far in the Kwaidan. Well, I've read them together with you. I only read the next story as I'm writing the script, and then I try not to read it without anyone else. So I'm learning as you guys are.
and I go in blind, so...
Yeah. But it's always really interesting. It's always some weird twist that I never expect. And with this one, I think I expected a little bit of a haunting, and then was like, wait, what?
Nothing happened.
Just nothing happened.
We did learn a lot about different types of execution and seppuku, though.
Yeah. So, Hearn's diplomacy isn't just a ghost story. It's a reminder of how fear of the dead shaped justice in feudal Japan. In a world of rigid honor codes, even execution had a little bit of diplomacy in it.
But if you're there, you're cooked. Even if you're dumb. It doesn't matter if you're dumb.
Executed, whether it's seppuku or you're a criminal. I'm sorry, you're cooked. It's over.
Yeah, that's game over.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Would the Lord's trick have worked on a real Onryo? And what do you think this guy did to get executed? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
7 days.
Yep. Yeah. And that's diplomacy.
I don't think it'll work. Can't run away from Onryo. Those things are creepy.
I don't know. I don't know. Because, the way that they described it, right, was his last thoughts were of, I have to bite this stone. I have to bite this stone to,
Oh, yeah. Well, he misdirected the... Yeah.
Yeah, so technically the Onryo didn't even remember that it was going to be an Onryo. It was just I gotta bite the stone, and then it did. So it didn't die thinking about vengeance. It thought about biting the stone.
Smart.
It's smart, but, would it work? I don't know.
Well, can't really tell. It could work. I think it did, obviously. I mean,
it being in the story, obviously it did, yeah.
From what we know, because he's, Hearn's not the samurai. You never know if he actually did get haunted.
Right, yeah, he just heard it and then wrote it down. Hearn heard it and wrote it down.
Hearn heard it with his ears.
He heard it with his ears. Yep, so that was diplomacy. Thanks for listening to Fixations Japan. If you found this interesting, share it with someone who loves folklore or Japanese history, and join us next time for more Kwaidan tales as we make our way through the whole book. Until then, stay curious and don't commit any crimes in Edo-period Japan, okay?
Have a wonderful time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, thank you all for joining us. And remember, if you like what we do here, follow us on Spotify. You can also find us on YouTube right now. And all of the episodes drop simultaneously on both. But on YouTube, you get the cute little characters. So, YouTube.
And don't be dumb, because it still counts.
Yeah, it still counts, okay? You don't get away with the crime because you're an idiot. It doesn't work that way. Okay. See you guys next time. Ikuzo!
There she goes.
Yeah, there you go. Woo!
Oh no.
I'm gonna get away.